True Sky reading for Libra for April. Welcome, Libra, to your reading for April. So I've already drawn the cards from the main tarot that I'm using for these readings for April, which is the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck. So on the bottom of the deck, so the shadow energies at this time, we've got the sun. So I have been choosing like an otherworldly, watery, seasonal decks for these, and even the goddesses, because of the Pisces transit in the true sky that we're currently experiencing. So here are your cards, Alice in Wonderland cards for April. So we have, the first card is the Star. So this is a really beautiful card to begin with. So it does represent hopes and wishes and positive things coming into your life at this time. So it's going to be a good month for Libra, I believe. And it's a glorious beacon of hope, encouraging you to hold on to your dreams. And know that you are supported, even when that support isn't obvious. The next card we have next to the Star is the Four of Hedgehogs. So this card can be a little bit linked with like anxieties around money and resources. So it can mean that maybe you're hanging on a little bit too tight to your resources. Like hoarding, there's potential for hoarding, and these kinds of energies can be even like greed, like having I understand the cost of living is insane, but having a little bit too much worries about material stability. It says that you need to manage your resources carefully. You're being rewarded with comfort and security. Continue to practice moderation and plan for your future carefully. So you do need to be careful with your resources, but you've also got to be aware that, hoarding isn't great energy either. So you need that healthy flow in your life. The next card we have is the Queen of Flowers. This is a beautiful card too. I love how we have the Star and the Queen of Flowers all at the top there. You know, it's almost like Alice is in the garden with the I love that part in the movie. The Queen of Flowers in this deck is equivalent to the Queen of Wands in a Rider-Waite style deck. So that's at the top there, like next to your crowning card, which is the Four of Hedgehogs. So the Queen of Wands, some people associate her with being a bit like a kind of witchy energy in the Rider-Waite system. Interesting, in the movie, she is kind of like leading the flowers in their chorus and their musical song, which is quite beautiful. And I can see even the relevance for like a Libran, because obviously Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about music and others as well. So there's that connection to the community and the garden, and it's beautiful. So it says that it's time to hold your head up high, put your enviable talents and skills on display, and embrace the unique traits that make you who you are. The next card, interestingly, we really are in the garden, aren't we? So we've got the Page of Flowers, and that's got the little pansies on it. So that's equivalent with the Page of Wands, which is a card of new growth. So interesting with the hopes and wishes here, suggesting that there's new growth in those areas. The suggestions are, because it can be a person as well in your life, a sweet, social, optimistic person, and that they will become important in the foundation of your future and goals. It also suggests to write down all your ideas and dreams. The next card that we have in the middle of your reading here, which is like the central theme of the month for you. So far we've had a lot of positive cards. This one, however, does symbolize heartache and hurt feelings. You may be feeling disappointed and let down, but remember those feelings are temporary. Your heart will heal and you will find happiness again soon. Which is really interesting that the next card we have is the Three of Teacups, or the Three of Cups, which is very much about celebrating with your loved ones and your friends and your family and those people that you love, you know. So it's a really important time to let the people you care about most know just how much you appreciate having them in your life. The next card we have here is the Nine of Teacups. So this is also another wish fulfillment. It's a wish fulfillment card. Yeah, so this is the hopes and wishes. This is the wish fulfillment. So it means that you have amassed a lot of experience and a lot of positive experiences, and you're basically sitting pretty. You have all this good energy behind you, you know, to reach into and enjoy. It indicates a positive outcome. Luck is on your side. Your wish has been granted and things are finally going your way. Stay in the present moment to fully enjoy the ease and comfort of this wonderful time. So interesting that it is touching the Three of Swords, it would be. So there's obviously been some hard times, but you've come through it and you're doing really well. So that's really important to acknowledge. The next one we have is the Eight of Teacups. So this one is a little bit different. It's more about taking some time for yourself to go within and reflect on what it is in your life that does make you happy and content, and to just let those things that didn't work out, let it go. Just let it go. Move on, you know. The next one we have is the Seven of Flowers. So it would be equivalent to the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is a little bit tricky. It means you've had some challenges and rivalry in your life. It can mean you are feeling quite defensive, which isn't a bad thing. The advice is not to back down. Keep your shoulders squared, hold your ground, and remember that you have earned your place in this garden. Wow, that's beautiful. We really are in the garden in this spread. It's beautiful. So, okay, the next cards I'm going to use to clarify the Alice in Wonderland Tarot is the Wheel of the Year Tarot. Oh, wow. Okay, so the first card we got, this is to clarify the Star. So we got the Tower. So this is a very, brings a lot of change, can be destructive and quite catalytic. So it clears out the old, you know, growth, and it can stimulate new growth, but it's definitely a breaking down of energies. So I wonder if this is why you are now thinking, because this one was talking about thinking about the wishes, what you want in your life. So I wonder if it's similar to the Three of Swords and these two, I think, energies. So this one is the Five of Swords. Wow, so this one definitely talks about rivalry and challenges. It can also talk about it can also talk about creative possibilities. So there's definitely been misunderstandings and challenges, battles, potentially poor communication, and that it's not the time to back down. You might be able to get through this experience by being creative to gain the advantage. So this is for the 4 of hedgehogs. So that's really interesting. So if it is materially that you're struggling, you might want to seek some advice, like a financial advisor or something like that. Or, you know, look at ways that you can reduce your costs, or, you know, things like that. So the next one we have is strength, and this is to clarify the Queen of Flowers. So strength is talking about not just being strong, because actually being gentle is a real strength that a lot of people might not, you know, think in an obvious way. That to be calm and not to get, not to act out of frustration, and to be level-headed is actually a really strong trait, you know, to be able to do those things. So, you know, obviously he has the bull. Often tarot has the Rider-Waite has the lion, but you know, he doesn't really have much room for error. He really needs to, you know, focus in that moment on that. So it's interesting with the Queen of Flowers. So yeah, so you're needing strength in your creative, or even with an individual. So this Queen of Flowers could be a person in your life as well. Potentially she may have even been the one to bring this broken-hearted energy in, potentially. And you're needing to be strong with yourself about this, because maybe you don't want that in your life, but they're still wanting, or I'm not exactly sure what your situation is, but yeah. All right, my goodness, then again we have the Queen of Wands again, and this is to clarify the Page of Flowers. So it's almost saying to me that there's a bit of like mother and children energies. So I don't know if this Queen of Wands is maybe your ex, or and you have children together, but that that to me is just, yeah, that's saying that. Or this is you, maybe this is you and you have children and you're quite brokenhearted about how this has all gone down and how this has ended up. Okay, so the clarification for the 3 of Spears is the Moon. Wow. So there's mystery here, there's unknowable factors. You really need to rely on your intuition to get you through this time. Because, yeah, the Moon always represents mystery. Even when others tell you what's going on, you can't really, it's not that you can't trust them, but you need to kind of see through the lines, because it's not that they're trying to deceive you, but yeah, there can just be unknowable factors. Okay, oh my goodness, the next one we got is the Devil. Wow. So this is the card about temptations and being led astray, being led off your path. Can be to do with addictions. And so this is for the 3 of Teacups, to clarify. So obviously enjoying yourself with friends and family is really important, and we need to do these things. However, yeah, you don't want to get stuck in a situation where, you know, that becomes an addiction. You need to balance that out as well. Next card we have is the 7 of Wands, and this is to clarify the 9 of Teacups. So the 7 of Wands is quite a defensive card as well. So it's saying that, you know, you are successful, you have things that you need to like protect. See here, they're building a wall. there's a flood coming in and they're building a wall to stop, you know, the flood. I'm guessing like flooding into their town or their houses, or, you know, they are building this self-defense together. So you might need to even connect with your community as well to help you through those challenges. Next one we have is the Wheel. So this is a really lucky card. So this was about the introspection and, you know, trying to focus on what does make you happy and content, and focusing on that and just leaving behind the things that didn't work out. And the Wheel is saying you'll be successful in that. The Four of Swords. Okay, wow. Okay, so this was the Seven of Wands again. So we've got two Seven of Wands here. Wow. And this was to clarify. So the Four of Swords is about rest. So it's saying that you need to rest at this time. It's really important for you to take a time out, you know, whatever that means for you, even if it's just an afternoon or a few hours, or, you know, half an hour meditation. Like, I'm not sure exactly where you're at in your life, but you need to try and take some time out for yourself to rest. Okay, the next cards I'm going to pull from is the Outlander Oracle. Okay, the first card I got is Misogynist. So that's really interesting because we were talking about these figures and things. So this person and these battles and this change and all this, it's yeah, it's linked in with a misogynist. Next one we have is marriage. Wow, so maybe you're married to this misogynist. Next one we have is conflict, and the last one we have is hero. So the themes for misogynist are tyranny, oppression, and intolerance. Themes for marriage are bond, partnership, and union. Themes for conflict are chaos, turbulence, and opposing forces. Themes for the hero are brave, steadfast, and reliable. So, wow, I definitely see with the conflict here with the Five of Swords, and even the Tower card is very relevant. So the next cards that I'm going to pull from are actually the Mermaid Oracle, Mermaid and Dolphins. So the first card we got is, oh, helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So that this person that wants to help you might be a person that maybe you've had a conflict with, or they've seen that you've had a conflict with this misogynist and they're wanting to help you. I'm not sure if this misogynist is your married partner or if you're getting married to someone else. I'm not sure. Is this the conflict? You're getting married to the hero? It sounds good. Okay, next card. Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. The last card we've got is explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Okay, the next cards I'm going to pull from are the numerology cards. Wow, we got 44, environment. So the environment, your environment probably, is very important to you at this time. And music, 32. Wow, that's really nice, because we had all those flower cards and I was talking about how in the garden they're all singing, and also music is very Libran, associated with Libra as well. So numbers 44 and 32. Okay, so the next card I'm going to pull from is the Maidens of the Wheel. And we got, interesting, wow, beautiful card. So we got this card, number 2, community, Snow White, and Rose Red. It's actually one of my favorite fairy tales. I'm going to read from the book. So it's number 2. Interesting once again with the community, and I'm saying it says a helpful person, and also with all those flowers singing made me think of a community. Even the environment, you know, we really do need the community to look after the environment. The environment looks after the community. So, okay. So I'll just read about this card for you. Many simple sounding fairy tales from around the world are encoded with symbolism that speaks of the soul's journey. Snowwhite and Rosered is one such story, and it holds a lot of symbolism of the wheel. Snowwhite and Rosered are maidens of the center. The center is the place that grounds us and makes us feel safe and connected. The 2 inseparable sisters befriend a bear who later turns out to be a cursed prince. The sisters accept the bear for what he is and invite him into their community. As they are unafraid of his differences and accepting him, great love and protection is returned to them. For many of us, feelings of loneliness can become overwhelming, blocking us from the creative lives we seek. We long for community, but many of us are isolated, away from strong community ties. Relationships give us roots. They ground us and make us feel part of something bigger. We need them to feel centered and safe. Drawing this card shows you have a desire for community. This could be a community of like-minded folks surrounding a new interest that you might have. Or it could be a desire for a love relationship or family. You could also be longing for closer friendships than you currently have. Snowwhite and Rosered thought they needed no one else than each other, but they soon found out they needed more when they met the bear. Bears are animals who carry the medicine of introspection. For a moment, meditate on what kind of community, new relationship, or strengthened friendship would be helpful for you at this time. Center yourself by taking deep, strong belly breaths. Envision Snowwhite, Rosered, and the Bear Prince sitting around you in a circle. They are laughing and are filled with joy to be sitting in community with you at this moment. You may be having a hard time seeing how you can expand your community. You must be willing to accept others who may not be like you. Relationships can come in many strange and wonderful packages. Snowwhite and Rosered teach us to keep an open mind and an open heart when searching for new relationships. Ask for their guidance. Most likely they will guide you to try something new, to meet new people, and to be willing and open to new possibilities. So that's a really lovely card. Beautiful. So that is your reading with the cards for April. Libra. So astrologically at this time, there's not a lot of major planets in your sign at all. However, there's definitely some energy. The North Node currently is in Aquarius, which could be trining any Libran aspects that you have. It's about the middle of Aquarius at the moment. So if you have any degrees around the middle of Libra, in the true sky I'm talking, then maybe it could be trining your Libra, those Libra placements. Also, Mercury is in Aquarius still in the true sky, so it could be also trining any Libra placements that you have. That's a bit later in Aquarius. It's actually getting closer to Pisces now. There's a lot of Pisces energy at the moment, and also Venus, your ruler, is currently in true sky in Aries, which is your opposition. So you could be having Venus opposing your Libra placements at this time as well, which could be challenging. However, Venus doesn't really bring, you know, a lot of hard times or anything. Also, Pluto is currently in the true sky in Capricorn, so it could be challenging, your Libra placements as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you that little update on the true sky placements. And also, Jupiter is in Aquarius, Gemini. Sorry, the other air sign, Gemini at the moment. So Jupiter could be trining your Libra placements. It's actually in late Gemini, so it's aspecting the Mercury at the moment. So yeah, obviously Jupiter's really lucky if it is aspecting any of your Libra placements. So yeah, that's just a bit of a musing about the true sky at the moment. I hope you have a great month ahead, and I'll be back again soon with another reading. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.